And welcome back to another episode of Muckluck Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Muckluck. We are diving back into Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Oh, I've been having so much fun on this game. It is going to rip me apart over the weekend when I don't have as much time to play it. How dare you interrupt me watching you... Wait, how could you interrupt me watching you play Rogue Trader by starting to play more Rogue Trader? Muck, the thumbnail on YouTube of the stream is hilarious. Thank you. The graphics design is my passion. I worked very hard on that. Alright, so last time we left off right here. We had just killed a group of enemies here that ambushed us. They were pretty bad dudes. And let's see, is there any... Oh boy, we're getting started with this early. Hi, Chip. The food in the stalls is covered with a thick layer of stone dust. It was all abandoned in a hurry. Let's see, collect trade goods. Jaco Taco Guy, thank you for the prime. Numerous pumps, compressors, and other machines are thrumming away on the lower levels of the Great Bridge.
My nerves are frayed.
The mobile charging stations chatter and crackle. The piercing sound is easily distinguishable, even in the surrounding turmoil. Looks like there's a bad guy.
Curiosity sings in my veins. Glorious spectacle of your demise.
Hold on, visiting Kitty Cat for just a second. Good morning, Chip. Warhammer 40k is what almost made me quit tabletop RPGs. We were playing Dark Heresy, and we had to catch an orphan to feed to the Emperor, and I was like, this isn't fun, this is bleak and depressing. Catch an orphan to feed to the Emperor? What?
Sublime!
Sublime! Catch an orphan to feed to the Emperor. Was it, what is it called? Can't see him here. Was the kid like a psyker? Is that what it was? Alright, F5. Alright, let's see. Gonna go first. I think I want to give Adira a turn at the beginning. So I'm gonna use Voice of Command to give her a stat boost.
I'm powerless to act.
Wait, what? Oh, this is his bonus turn. Forgot about that. Alright, and then...
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Bring it down on Adira. Oh my god, she can hit all of them with this.
But of
Chain
course.
Lightning. 3 kills. Oh, they're having a bad day. Okay. Ignite that guy.
What an unfortunate turn of fate. Anything else?
Put forewarning on him. Wow, double dodge. Charge. I dodged. Rip.
At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
Sorry, hang on. As I was coming in here to start the stream, Chip was just asleep on the sofa. I start the stream, and here he is. Alright, let's reposition, shoot this guy. I think this is the last one.
I'll do it.
Run and gun. Get another shot.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Oh, no, there's two back there. Did not realize they were there.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Can't reach them with that. Buff our weapons. Ow.
Mocking me.
Let's see.
Give her some health back. And oh, she can't hit from there? Dang it. Oh, this cat. He was like, why did you stop petting me? Yeah, he was. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ahmed. How you doing? Good morning, Mug. Hi, Bluebell. Okay, he's had enough. Alright. Dang it, she doesn't have line of sight of him. So that didn't work out.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
She can't hit with that.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Alright, analyze enemies. And then zap.
Was that you? Or
And for warning on herself in case she gets attacked.
Tried and tested tactics
Move
are the
here,
best
charge
ones.
there.
At your beck and call.
I refuse.
Wait, what? Really? If I move there, you can't lean out and shoot them? This is very weird.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Strike is prayer.
Okay, one down.
Doubt is for the weak.
Revel in slaughter.
Faith
That
without
makes
deeds
run and
is
gun come back
worthless.
up.
As
And
the
shoot
Emperor,
that one.
none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Cutscene. My sight is true and my mind is clear. Okay. Take their weapons and armor. Yes, the corner's technically out of map. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Lockpick?
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Officer's Chainsword. Ooh, is that an upgrade for Abelard? Where did that weapon go? There we go. Minus 10% enemy weight. Yep, that is an upgrade. Oh shoot, he can just double. He can just dual wield the things. I don't know that that's necessary. And what is this? Heretical Follower Medium Armor. Oh, I have some hand flamers? I don't know when I got flamers. Apparently she can use a flamer. It does almost the same damage as a bolt gun, but it has, like, huge area of effect. Let's put it there and try it out. Give her a grenade, too.
One step at a time, amidst the
From your vantage point, it
madness.
does not seem like this lavish mansion has been damaged by the explosions, but you cannot enter. Something is blocking the entrance from the inside. Blind madwoman. The edge of what? I can't remember enough. Stop talking to me. You should know about
In
the
this
edge.
tapestry of the world, I am the rogue thread.
Oh, there's some stuff over here. Alright, looks like we're going to drop down here. A powerful explosion destroyed a large part of the bridge, both above and below. Could someone still be alive in there? Alright, so F5. Looks like we can go up and around, possibly.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Would you look at that?
Eh? Oh, there's a trap.
I better myself through my service.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
When darkness falls, only those who have embraced it will find the path to the new light. Awareness 95%.
My house would be proud of
The
me.
shuttle must have been shot out of the sky by a powerful weapon before it crashed into the building and fell onto the once crowded street.
Operation successful.
Okay, I think I need to go back down and visit whatever this loading screen is before I do the rest of this level. I'm thinking this might be just like a one-room thing or something. Let's see. What a pretty game. My cat told me to watch the stream. She wanted to see Chip. Well, hopefully she did indeed see Chip, because he was here a moment ago.
They will see.
Door.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
They
yeah.
all will see.
What? On his journey across a world caught in the throes of a heretical insurgency, the Lord Captain accidentally witnessed an unholy rite that transpired in one of the maintenance rooms of an aqueduct. This abandoned nook turned out to be a heretic's gathering place for performing the grim and profane acts. The large group of rebels stood frozen in patient anticipation, all staring into the center of the room. No one moved. Only the murmur of hushed voices echoed against the metal walls. The Lord Captain ran a cursory glance over the room, assessing the situation. The rebels were unremarkable in appearance. They were dressed in the shabby clothes of abject rabble, spoke in coarse voices, and had repulsive faces. But what caught the Lord Captain's attention was the look of strange, almost sinister anticipation in their eyes. There was no gathering of loud blasphemers or bored idlers. Only occasionally would they exchange brief, unintelligible remarks. As they stood in a frozen circle, their gazes turned toward the hulking structure in the center of the room. Bulky power transformers, cogitators, crates, and voxcasters took up most of the space. Against the background, the structure in the center stood out oddly, an enormous lens mounted on a stand. It caught the thin sunbeams that made their way through the slits in the ceiling and crossed the half-lit room. Awareness 50. The Lord Captain peered into the darkness enveloping the room. Although barely visible beyond the closed ranks of the insurgents, the rusted barrels with evidently flammable contents had not escaped the Lord Captain's keen eye. One good shot of those barrels would decimate the number of heretics on Rykat Minoris. Lore check 80%. Survey the peculiar structure with great attention. Success. The enormous mounted lens was doubtlessly imbued with the power of the archenemy, inimical to all that is noble and virtuous in the universe. Anyone caught in the corrupted light it emits will face horrifying consequences. Archenemy, malign metaphysical force composed of psychic energy that exists in an alternate dimension known as the Warp. The Lord Captain patiently observed what happened next. As if commanded by a grim unseen force, the insurgents fell silent at once, and in a single movement parted. A thick, sticky silence filled the room. The heretics' gazes were turned toward a metal structure with a lens on top of it, standing tall in the middle of a circle of melting candles, piles of books, and unholy symbols drawn on the floor. The structure flashed as a single sunray illuminated it. A sound of bare feet broke the sinister silence as a man emerged from the deep shadows. Reeling, he entered the circle and collapsed on his knees in front of the enormous lens. Not a second had passed before many rebel hands gripped the fallen man's shoulders and hair. Remember, comrade, the last sunray you behold will be yours only, shared with no one else, your holy final dawn. Bellowed by a lone heretic's voice amid the silent crowd. By the doing of someone's hands, the lens had turned and its focused ray feasted on the prisoner's eyes. Oh, is this how they're blinding people? The blinded man's harrowing scream shook the very walls of the place. Consumed by the rite, the rebels had not yet noticed the stranger in their midst. The Lord Captain braced himself and... shot the fuel barrels, thinning the heretics' ranks. I really don't like that I'm right next to him. They all just slowly walk in. Hey, isn't that a bad guy right there? Are we? Did we just walk into them in melee range? Your eye is drawn to the peculiar device. At first, you're vexed by the worries of some pernicious influence, but the real reason soon becomes apparent. The glass installed in the device shimmers in a unique way, just the same way the shards of the unknown broken object you found near Theodora von Valencius's desk. What's the matter, Lord Captain? Why are you so interested in... Abelard trails off when he noticed what you're looking at. He instantly makes the connection. By the Imperium Saints, it cannot be. Adira bites her lip. I see it too. Whatever that thing in her study was, it was made from the same material as this junk. What? What? Abelard is at a loss for words. He takes a moment to collect himself, and all at once they start pouring out in a hasty sputter. It's a mistake. Slander meant to blemish the good name of a person who is now dead and cannot even defend herself. First, those minions of the archenemy murdered Lord Captain Theodora, and now, this cannot be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. Come on now, Abelard. Remember what she was like. Adira's smile betrays her grief, but at the same time, it's strangely knowing. Brazen, assertive. It was like her entire life was a race against fate until fate caught up with her in the end. She would have gone headfirst into a black hole if she had thought it would put her even one step ahead of everyone else in the expanse. If we could just find out what she was keeping in her desk and why she went to get it during the attack. Sister Argenta's beautiful face is full of grief. How bitter it is to know that you were born from bad blood, but do not let this knowledge drag you into darkness. Perception test succeeded. The sister's words ring with a genuine, sincere hope that you be blessed with a worthier fate. She does not appear to be shocked by the news of Theodora's possible heresy. Dude, the enemies are just standing here while we have this whole conversation. Life must be so easy for you sanctimonious preachers. A dubious trinket and you no longer see a person. You see bad blood, an annoying hindrance. There's enough venom in Adira's voice to poison an entire regiment. Argenta recoils, but the next moment her dark eyes ignite with fury. How dare you admonish me? We are speaking of abetting the archenemy. A person who has tainted themselves thus can never justify their actions. Sure, why go through all the trouble of trying to make a sense of anything when you could just label them a heretic and call it a day? Except, dear friend, I seem to remember that you didn't mind Theodora so much when you were aboard her ship. You didn't leave her side even for a moment. She rescued you, aided you, and your adoration wilted the moment you heard an accusation sullying her memory. You weren't surprised or upset. You just gave up on her and moved on. Which you're walking a fine line between heresy and the barrel of a bolter. Holy crap. Adira is right. It is too soon to cast accusations of heresy. Muck von Luck, don't be naive. Theodora kept an unsanctioned witch by her side like a pet. Do you really believe she would think twice about crossing the line in other ways? Walk away from the device. Oh, now we can fight. Okay. Hey, just purchased the game. How was it buggy-wise? They're kind of notorious for them. Hey, O-Strike. O-Strike, I am about, I think, 9 hours into it, and I have had one time where the game kind of locked up, and I just reloaded to like a minute beforehand, and it fixed the issue. So that's the only problem I have had. All right. Where are we going here? Alright, F5. Did you catch the Game Awards? I did not. I just assumed Baldur's Gate won everything. Alright, I'm gonna give Adira some extra stats. No, I messed up. I should have done bring it down. I keep forgetting about that. Okay.
I'll do it.
Right, he's gone.
Doubt is for the weak.
Use run and gun for an extra attack.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Zap him.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Entrench. Oh, there's more back there. Might be able to get them with a chain lightning. He parried that with his spine. Ah!
Iron knows no pain.
Asya. I could scream at them. Or give someone else more turns.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I think it's better to give extra
Isn't
turns.
this a job for the serfs?
The serfs? Pick him off.
Strike is a prayer. I'll do it.
Revel in slaughter. Give her some stat bonuses.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Miss. Oh! There's another back there. Hello. She dodged Flamer. Miss. Adira's turn. Let's analyze enemy on the leader. And then... this will hit 3 of them. 2 dead, leader injured.
Anything
4 warning on herself to increase her defenses. Muck's turn.
Schemes.
Give Argenta an extra turn. Pop this guy.
Eradicated. As the Emperor
Run and
commands,
gun.
I act. Doubt is for the weak.
That guy a little bit lower. Entrench. Field Haskell.
See.
Iron Arm on Abelard, buff his strength.
My place is at the
I'm
fort.
gonna try to kill him and then charge that guy.
Took care of this much. Indeed.
Endure.
It will be done.
Brace for impact.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
That guy hit Abelard, who took 0, and 2 of his own people. Machine spirits mess with all the weapons.
Advancing. That's an equation.
Woo!
Your life is a negligible
think that guy triggered an attack of opportunity. My comrades' deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun. No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass. The pain is meaningless. Oh, okay, bye. Blue horrors. Wait. What is a blue horror? Is this a Zinch thing? Oh shoot, these things have some hit points.
Guided by faith.
He parried it. Voice of
Isn't this a
command on
job for the
Pascal.
serfs?
And
If I
then
may.
give him another turn.
Running binary override. Value.
Smack. Oh, there's two more behind us. Oh, that's not good.
Die! Die! Die!
Yikes. Will not hurt them much. Huh. Alright, analyze that guy. Ignite him. And forewarning to buff Pascal's defense.
Was that you? Or
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Next turn.
A wicked
Heal
thought.
Argenta. Can't reach her with that.
What if
Iron Arm on Pascal. And then give him another turn. Analyze Blue Horror. How do you feel about your insanity levels there? I don't know what you mean by insanity levels. Oh, nice crit. Pretty sure that was a crit. Yeah. I think he's crit on his last 3 attacks.
Follow my lead. At your beck and call.
Taunt this guy. Attack of opportunity. Pascal parried a thing. Pascal's turn. How does this work again? While in cover, gain perception ballistic skill.
Scriptural prognosis is favorable. Request approved. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Okay. Alright, Argenta.
God Emperor, move
She's
through
got this
me.
guy shooting her in the back
Fire
right
in
now.
my heart.
Oh no! Is it doing that same? Oh man. So to the person who asked, how's the game been bug-wise? I said I've seen one bug and I had to reload to a minute beforehand. This was a... Like, I've issued the command to her, so I can't do anything right now. But she's not doing the command. She should be shooting that guy. So I can't do anything right now. The only thing I know to do when this happens is just to reload to a minute ago, which, well, it's more than a minute ago. I think weapon solving works. If it happens again, I'll try that. Unfortunate, though.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Schemes within schemes.
Will do. Farewell.
Ignite that guy.
Anything else?
There's a bug button at the top right. Oh, the submit a bug report button? Yeah. No, he didn't parry with his spine this time.
Damage to bulk.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Doubt is for the weak.
Revel in slaughter. Cover. Analyze the leader. And then lightning these three. And forewarning on herself. Heal on Abelard.
At work.
And give Argenta an extra turn.
Faith without deeds is worth eradicated.
Run and gun for another shot.
I'll do it.
Entrench.
Let's see.
Iron Arm on Pascal. Alien Burmog. What's up, Sazonix?
It will be done. Indeed.
Alright, 2 hits on that. This cultist moves. Shoots at Argenta, but she avoids it all. Attack of opportunity gets a kill. Pascal's turn.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Analyze this guy. Does this help melee weapons at all? What's the recoil? I'll do that. Talk to the machine spirits.
Running binaric override.
Hit him with an axe.
Equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Her cover was almost destroyed.
I'm enraged.
Alright, I think he's summoning the blue demons. Alright. Argenta, shoot that guy.
None can escape the
38
Emperor's
crit, very nice. Revel in the slaughter, increase her stats again.
As the
That makes
Emperor
run and gun
commands,
available
I
again.
act. I will not. This is why I was chosen.
Good hits. Alright, entrench again. Oh my god. The number of parries and stuff I got the last time was so much better. I'll tell you what. Attempt to make them hit each other. Pascal gets an attack of opportunity. Well, that worked out. It made him back away, and then Pascal got an attack of opportunity to hit him. Who can we give an extra turn that might help? Honestly, not sure.
Me.
Can I give Muck an extra
If you
turn and then have
insist,
him
Lord
give someone else
Captain.
an extra turn? It doesn't look like it, actually.
Schemes within schemes.
Heal.
A wicked thought.
And give him some stats. I just realized, should I be ending my turns by having the people get their melee weapon out? Because you can only parry if you have a melee weapon in hand. Alright, analyze this guy.
Foreboding?
Is it a free action? Yeah, it is.
On it.
Knight. Forewarning on herself. Sounds useful yet tedious. Yeah, a little bit. Alright, lowest health teammate is Pascal. I'm doing a lot of warp stuff. Makes me a little concerned. Give him some health. Give him another move.
Running binaric override.
Perfect spot.
A genius
much,
at
but-
work.
Alright, little hit. Alright, Abelard.
A tactically sound approach.
66%. No! Dang it. Alright, taunt
Victory
these
is
two.
imminent. It will
And then
be done.
endure.
At your
And
beck
brace
and
for
call.
impact.
Just a minor setback.
My vow is to serve.
Analyze enemies.
The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
Almost dead. Lasts until the operative moves. Is it still in effect? I don't see it going right now.
Damage is negligible.
Oh my god, 15. Ouch.
Doubt is for the weak.
Alright, that's all she can do this turn. Actually,
I'll
she
do it.
can do Furious Recital, give us a bit more momentum. Watch 10 minutes, you were offline, and now you're online since 50 minutes ago. How does time work? Hi, Chevalier. Baron says, hey, Mook, how would you describe this game? Hey, Baron. It's a classic RPG. In combat, it's turn-based. You know, they've made the, in my opinion, they made the UI look really good. But it is, you know, plays similar to, there's similarities to XCOM, there's similarities to like Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, stuff like that, for the turn-based combat. Out of combat, it's storytelling. You know, there is reading. If you hate reading, you may not like it. But it's right up my alley right now. Move there and hit that guy with your staff. It's the first time we've done a navigator melee attack. Give Pascal another turn. Analyze blue horror.
Favorable. Venerate you, machine spirits.
Real talk, I have no idea why he is critting every single time. He's crit like the last 8 turns in a row. I feel like there's a passive of his I don't understand.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
The Omnissiah blesses. Whoa, Adira with the forewarning. Alright. Analyze. Chain lightning.
Anything is?
Oh, I did not know that could happen. It bounced back and hit her. I did not know that could happen. The Psyker powers are dangerous. Give Pascal another turn. Analyze the last horror.
The Omnissiah condemns you.
Iron arm on her. Psyker powers are dangerous, he says, as the demon's attacking. Yeah, today I learned. Charge this guy.
At your beck and call.
Woo! Oh, he's in pieces.
Victory is imminent.
Adira gets flamed point blank.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Calculated fury algorithm.
Running binaric override. My vow is to serve.
Can you hit from there? Can you hit from there? What? Can you hit from there? Good lord.
Rejoice in battle. As the
Run and
Emperor
gun for
commands,
another shot.
I act.
My eyes are stinging like crazy. I'll need augments if this goes on much longer. And the voices are still howling. I can hear my little friends behind the door sniffing at this lens, muttering to it. I can sense its foul, clammy energy. Nasty piece of kit. Alright, F5 to save. Just grab everything.
What lies beyond?
Alright, lore. Oh, there's one back here too. Quick saving case of raise. Yeah. Oh yeah, I quick save all the time because I'm playing on hard difficulty and I never know when something's gonna go south. Warp lore.
Applaud my
The ritual site is covered in
brilliance.
ominous heretical symbols, each of which is unmistakably emanating the malevolent power of the warp. The heretics use the abhorrent powers of this lens to ruin the eyes of the most devout followers of their cult.
I'm restless.
Eh? Can I break it? That looked like you tried to hit Adira. Shut off
I'm
steam.
still new to the art of exploring.
We
Goods.
should deal with
Oh,
this.
trap. Wait, there's a line. Disarm.
Duty prevails.
Some papers, I'll read those in a minute.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Gain 15% armor against warp damage. That's one of those better than nothing kind of items. Give to her, I guess.
Oh, one step at a time. amidst
Cogitator
the
screen
madness.
reads, access code required. Tech use skill, breach the Cogitator's defenses. The machine spirits look favorably upon you. You overcome the Cogitator's defenses. A message archive loads up. Judging by the accompanying notes, the messages were meticulously transferred from paper to the sacred machine storage. Go to missives. Heed the words of a harbinger of Aurora. Let it be known to you that the prophesied hour is nigh and that the faithful must triple their efforts. Those who stand in the way of our salvation must be swept away. Let it be revealed to you that the enemy is about to receive reinforcements. Remember the name, Muck von Luck von Valencius. His ship has already entered the system. We should expect this enemy to appear near our positions. Whoever rids our comrades of this threat will be granted Aurora's special blessing, a chance to stand at the prophet's side when the hour comes. Be vigilant, let the final dawn come. New missive. Aurora's harbingers wish you to know, comrades, that the Von Valencia's ship is heading for the navigator's station. You've got time to prepare a warm welcome for the enemy. Go to dispatches. Tell the harbingers we've intercepted a convoy of the governor's underlings who are supposed to meet that Von Valencius bloke. Only one of the whole convoy got away, but he's not long for this world. No one's making it to the governor's hole, not that youngster or the ones he's supposed to meet. Our comrades have got their hands on a guard's voxcaster, and these fools have no clue we can hear all their comms. We know their every movement, and we're going to throw them a fine welcome party. Aurora must have no doubts that we'll do whatever it takes to stop our enemies. Let the final dawn come.
There.
The markings on the voxcaster clearly indicate it belongs to the planetary wardens. There are visible scratches and traces of blood on the device.
Patience.
That must be the one they got
My
from the dead
nerves
guy.
are frayed.
Door there. I'm gonna see what this is first. Trade goods. Alright, what is this? Aurora's sermon. It's coming, it's drawing ever nearer. Heed the word of Aurora, abandon all your mundane affairs. Ambition is not dust. Desire is but rest upon the metal of the soul. The final dawn is coming, I will put an end to all worldly vanities. Message from the cache on Reichen Minoris. A harbinger reports Brother Twilight and his people were unsuccessful. A dangerous enemy, Muck von Luck von Valencius, foiled his plans. The duty is now upon us, Aurora's followers, to succeed where Twilight failed. Hold on, before I go through that door, is there anything in this side area? That goes down to another place.
They will see.
Let us see
Oh,
what I
yes, indeed. They all will
Oh,
see.
shut up.
Pay
There's a trap
attention.
here.
The Emperor favors me today. Never
Disarm,
doubt me.
disarm. Imperium.
Genius
These enormous humming
triumphs.
transformers must be part of a single and much larger mechanism that supplies power to the whole hive.
Tantalizing anomaly.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay. Duty prevails. Nothing escapes my sight.
Oh my god. Bro, there's so many traps here.
I better myself through my service.
Tech use. Get the mecha guy over here.
This explorator is blessed.
I just noticed his,
No peace
I gave him
in
that skill
my
earlier
way.
that he had a healing mecha dendrite, and now he's got an extra arm.
Breaks my heart.
Over there.
Whoa.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
Her good dreams is she saved a child, and there's 1,000 bad guys burning nearby.
Curiosity sings
Argento
in
is so
my
busted in beta, I
veins.
wonder if they nerfed her in release. I don't know, so, you know, you could build your characters in different ways, right? Mine has got something akin to a sniper rifle, and I've been using 2 officers to basically give her lots of extra turns and pick off lots of targets. If the enemy's clustered together, I instead give Adira extra turns and then just chain lightning and rip through all of them with that. If they're in my face, then I would give one of the melee people extra turns. I really like the whole
What
officer
lies
thing.
beyond?
Locked safe. This vault can be opened via the cogitator. All that remains is to figure out how to awaken the machine spirit by supplying it with motive force. Power the cogitator.
My success is an irrefutable
Access received.
certainty.
Lore Imperium.
Oh, applaud
You managed to
my
decipher the technical
brilliance.
litany. According to it, in order to perform the ritual of the motive force, you must supply power, make sure the relay is closed, check that the damper is latched, and the supplementary external relay is shut. The supply must be correctly distributed, and in no case must the flow be reset until the circuit's closed. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Does that put that in the log? It does put it in the log. Okay. Supply power. Make sure the relay is closed. Check the damper is latched. That's unlatch the damper. It is
One
latched.
step at a time amidst the madness.
That's unlatch the damper. I don't want to unlatch the damper. Supply power. Make sure the relay is closed. Alright, there's motive for. Okay, we got a puzzle here. Shut off steam. Resets one motive force. The circuit is broken, you'll have to start everything from
Patience!
scratch.
My nerves are frayed.
Okay, hold on. Power cogitator.
Operation successful.
Access received. Close the relay. Make sure the relay is closed.
Tapestry of a world.
This explorator
I am the
It says nothing happens, but we just leveled up. Check the dampers latched. They are. The supplementary external relay is shut.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Supply must be distributed.
There will be no peace in my
Operation
wake.
successful. This explorator
Did you
is
pick the mad
blessed
voice?
with
Yeah.
multifunctionality.
Is there any other buttons in the room that showed up?
What lies beyond?
There's a door here. Close the relay.
The machine gun runs
Everything appears to be correct. supplementary external relay is shut. Close relay.
Operation.
They will see. Oh yes. They
Do we have to follow the
all
course?
will see.
Distribute supply of motive force.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
One step
Reset
at a
motive
time.
force.
Amidst
Circuit is
the
broken, you'll have to
madness.
start everything from scratch. What? Power the cogitator.
The machine god grants the insight.
That leads to a different area. Okay. Supply power, done. Make sure the relay is
Patience.
closed.
My nerves are frayed.
Operation successful.
Close the relay. Your attempts affront the machine spirits.
In this tapestry of a world,
Close the relay.
I am the rogue thread.
Nothing happens.
Functionality.
I'm pretty sure this is the wrong thing, but I'm gonna see what happens. Unlatch the damper. Nothing happens.
There will be no peace in my wake.
What? Make sure the relay is closed. Is there more switches that I haven't found? Alright, let's do the level up. So I'm gonna hit F5. Okay. Finest Hour. Let's see. The target of Finest Hour gains more bonuses. During their extra turn, the target deals more damage. Till the end of combat, they gain the voice of command. The target of Finest Hour gains more bonuses. All negative effects are immediately removed from the target. Oh, I pick one of these things. Until the officer's next turn, the target cannot die. Let's get the first one. Let's see, I've never even used this skill. Plus 2 movement points till the end of the turn, does not provoke AOO. Until the end of combat, the warrior gains plus 4 MP for each kill, and may use their MP after attacking or use abilities. That's really cool. The warrior becomes the priority target for every enemy hit by their melee attacks. Also, the warrior gains more parry and deflection. Let's do that. Adira. Let's see. Dismantling attack. Until our next turn. Target cannot move. Also cripples the enemy, reducing their weapon skill and ballistic skill by 30. Intimidates enemies with their dodge and armor. The target will provoke attacks opportunity whenever it attacks. That could be cool. That could give a lot of free attacks. Logic or tech use, awareness, Medicaid. She's not my best person for any of this. She's decent awareness, I guess. Is Omnisaya another name for RN Jesus? No, it's like Machine Jesus. Like, you've heard of Raptor Jesus. This is Machine Jesus. Firearm Mastery. Until the end of the soldier's turn, they gain 4 MP, and their attacks do not spend MP. Until the end of turn, soldiers' rate of fire increased by 30%. Until the end of combat, all the soldiers' attacks are 20% harder to dodge. I like the until end of combat stuff. And then Robot Man. We'll get dismantling attack cripples the enemy until the end of combat for this one. Can't pick tech use. I'm assuming it's just too high. His tech use is 77 right now. Logic, I guess? Alright, so they've leveled up. That's done. What's over here?
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They all will see.
Exit to the upper way. That's another exit. Alright, so I clicked close relay there, and the button disappeared. So that seemed to be the...
King Friday, is Warhammer difficult to get into or easy to pick up?
Hey, Jose. I would say is if you've played any classic RPG before in the past, you could just hop right into this. Now, granted that you won't know a lot about the universe, but that's okay. You can kind of pick it up as you go along. If you've never played a classic RPG before, I think you could still jump into this, but you just be patient. By classic RPG, I mean like Baldur's Gate 3, Pillars of Eternity, Divinity Original Sin 1 or 2, stuff like that. Heck, honestly, in combat, it plays similar to XCOM, but out of combat, you know, it's a lot of reading and storytelling.
What lies beyond this?
Successful.
It says operation successful, but it said nothing happens.
The machine god grants the insight.
Is there another relay? So we have found 3 close the relay buttons.
Madness.
Only that one actually let me click it though. Okay. According to it, in order to perform the ritual of motive force, you must supply power. Check. Make sure the relay is closed. I closed a relay.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
It was here. If I does following the core do anything? It's here. Check that the damper is latched. It is. Supplementary external relay is shut. I think I did that. The supply must be correctly distributed.
Oh, there will be no peace in my wake.
My success is an irrefutable certainty. Operation.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the road.
Is blessed with multifunctionality.
I think I did it. In no case must the flow be reset before the circuit is closed. Reset supply.
What lies beyond?
If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Circuit is broken, you have to start from scratch. Yeah, so that's like a reset button. Okay. Alright.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
I'll find out later on YouTube that the best weapon in the game comes from solving the puzzle in that room or something. There was one part of the instructions that says close the relays, and there was another part that said shut the relay. And there were 3 relays, and I could only interact with one of them. So, and I'm not sure what it wanted. Have you played the Road Trader tabletop? No, I've not. Oh, where are we? Okay, there's still... Alright, I'm gonna go back.
Oh, yes.
Because the map before the last one, there's still more stuff there I haven't done.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
My veins. Ooh. My kid walked in yesterday to tell me goodnight while I was playing this, and he saw like a servitor, and he's like, "Why is that like a flying skeleton thing?" And I was like, well, in this universe, the machines rose up and rebelled, so mankind doesn't trust machines anymore. So now they just turn people into machines. So all computers have like a skull or like a brain or something plugged into them. And he was like, that sounds scary. And I was like, yeah, it kind of is.
Oh, glorious spectacle of your demise.
I will take you down.
There is people on both sides of me. I wonder if I should just back up here. Alright, quick save in case this is a dumb idea. Start battle.
A wicked
Give a turn to
thought.
Argenta. Wait. What? You can't shoot from there? What? You can't stand up and shoot over that railing from there. That's half cover. Oh, for Pete's sake. Alright. Apparently, we can't shoot over that railing. It just counts it as a wall. I wasn't expecting that. Sent that message a few minutes ago when you're talking about the guy who kept critting joke ruined by timing. The Omnissiah RN Jesus thing? No, I knew you were talking about. There's only one guy in the party who's constantly talking about the Omnissiah. I knew exactly who you were talking about. Wait, she can hit that guy? Oh, she can hit this one.
I'll do it. Eradicate it. Faith without none can escape the Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the weak.
Revel in slaughter.
War is my muse. Schemes within
Give Argenta another
schemes.
turn.
I'll do it.
Running gun.
As the Emperor, each strike is a prayer.
Furious Recital for momentum. Iron Arm on Pascal. What? You can flamer me from there? Oh my gosh. Dangerously cheesy.
Stop it!
Was that you? Or will do. But of course.
For warning.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Pascal. Move down here and mess with all their weapons. Analyze this guy. And hit the hell out of him.
Successfully terminated.
That doesn't work. Alright,
If I may.
voice of command on Pascal, and then bring it down. Oh man, his ranged weapon is not nearly as good.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
For the damage at the cover. Rip.
I've seen
Charge
worse
that guy.
battles than this in my time. It will be done. I've suffered worse.
Ooh, he killed his ally.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Ooh, that was pretty cool. I shot this guy. The shot went through him, hurt him, hit the barrel, and it exploded, and then hit him again and hit that guy.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Revel in slaughter.
Doubt is
run and
for
gun.
the weak. As the Emperor... I'll do it.
I don't know if Entrench does anything if you're not by a wall, but do that.
Step by step, I
Heal
lead.
Abelard. And give her another
Let's
turn.
see.
Faith without none can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do
Rebel.
it.
What if...
Iron Arm on Abelard. Her turn. Whoa! What? When did this thing get here? I did not get the memo when you showed up. Chaos Spawn, Eye of Oblivion. Oh, that's my thing. Natural armor. Depends on the amount of its wounds. So the lower it gets, lower its health gets, the more injured it gets. Alright, set it on fire.
On it.
For warning. Moku, you try the new League of Path of Exile? Yes, I'm gonna play it tonight, actually. Hope we have some fun.
Just a minor setback.
Pascal parries. This should be a one-hit KO. Splat. Shoot, he's not in line of sight. Alright.
Running binaric override.
Just hunker down. Give Argento a turn.
Not a servitor.
As the Emperor... What is for the weak?
My place is at the fore. I will do my
Taunt
duty.
these two.
At your beck and call.
Use defensive
It
buttons.
will be done.
He dodged the flamer. That's so cool. I like how the dodge actually moves you to another tile.
This is unacceptable.
Oh, she has to
Faith
reload.
without
I have
deeds
never
is
had a
worthless.
fight go on long enough that she had to reload. Literally the first time
I'll
I've
do
seen
it.
that.
A genius at
Heal on
work.
Abelard.
A
Give her another
wicked
turn.
thought.
Keep chipping this thing down.
Schemes
Give Abelard some
within
stats.
schemes.
Anything else?
Analyze. Ignite it again.
Was that you? Or but of
For
course.
warning on Abelard. I'm gonna try to body block the stairs a little bit, so I'm gonna have him step to the side. Since this guy's a 2x2 unit.
My vow is to serve.
Dodge. He dodged it. Okay. Let's see. Remove all exploits to the target. Increase their dodge, parry, and armor by 10 plus exploits times 3%. Let's try that. Alright, expose weakness. Argenta, your move.
As the Emperor...
Nice hit.
Ugh! Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I can do a charge attack on this guy too.
At your beck and call.
Dur.
Damage to Volk.
He hit all of us, including the Chaos Spawn. Cover. Take that guy out. Run and gun.
I'll do it. What is
Critical.
prey?
Nice. Revel in Slaughter. Get more stats. Who's lowest? I think
Let's
Abelard.
see.
Heal him. Can't. So when I give someone an extra turn, they do not get the ability to move. It's just attack. So they have to already be in line of sight of whoever I want them to hit.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Request approved.
Mess with the weapons.
I've suffered worse. Follow my lead.
Any reason not use heroic deed? So I have found that it's actually better to. I forgot. That's the honest truth. I forgot about it.
I will do my duty. I took care of this.
No, I legit. So the heroic deed takes so long to charge up that in most combats you don't get to use it. So in the combats where I do get to use it, I'm not used to using it.
Stop.
So I messed up. I could have used it and maybe got another big attack in.
What lies beyond?
Obviously we did okay. There was never really a danger or anything, but yeah, I forgot about it.
My Auspex has detected something.
What? What? Oh, there's a trap down there. They saw that and then
One
freaked out.
step at a time, amidst the madness. What an amusing attempt at defiance.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Corpse starch. Alright, I like that you can quick save while you're at this screen. Oh no, I can't reach her with that. No.
A wicked thought.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Well, she does not have line of sight of anybody right now.
Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated.
Rebel in the slaughter. Running gun.
As the Emperor commands,
80%
I
chance.
act.
Nice.
I'll do it.
Oh, there's more up there. I just saw that one dude. Can we climb the ladder? It looks like maybe, but not like in a turn.
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
Attack of opportunity. Oh, I lived. Wait, she can reach that? Although it looks like it's going to bounce down and hit Muck if I do this. Alright, let's just analyze this guy. And set him on fire.
Will do.
Put for warning on Muck. He's up there. Rebel Trooper. Oh, I hope they don't use that big gun on me. Oh, God!
Suffered worse.
Oh, there's a guy up on that other roof, too. There's also equivalent of Heroic Deed when your charge goes too really far down. Yeah, it's called Desperate Measures. Yes, I remember that from the tutorial, but I've never had to use it so far.
That is foolishness.
She can't reach him with that?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Fighting the camera a little bit here.
It will be done. One fewer tongue.
Alright. Pascal.
Advancing.
Climb up on the roof. Splat. Analyze that guy. Let him know what's coming soon. Oh my god. Bro. Pascal just lost 95% of his health. You what?
What if?
What path are you going down? The path of degeneracy.
Let's see. A wicked thought.
Alright, that guy that just messed me up. Can I mess with his guns?
The Omnissiah knows all.
Okay, I made an attempt to do that. Heretic. Which path? What did I do? Okay, I'm trying to remember the options. No, it wasn't Heretic. What did I choose? I'm ironclassed right now. So yeah, it's like there was a option early in the game, like in the Act 1, and one of the choices was like save the nearby crew members, and I did that. So that's the only choice I've made like in that department.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
This rooftop fight's making me nervous.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Tried and tested tactics are the best tactics. Misses shot completely. Maybe you should do some practicing on your shots.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Set that guy on fire.
On it.
Put forewarning on another person.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Indeed.
Oh, they hit one of them.
Running binaric override.
Can't analyze them from here. Don't kill Pascal!
Want some more?
No, what? Wasn't she full health? He did 32 damage to her. She has 31 hit points. Yeah, she was full health. Dude, this freaking guy.
A genius at work.
I can give Pascal another turn. I don't think he could do anything with it, though. I'm gonna try anyway, let's see.
Schemes.
They did what you said, Pascal survived. It's technically true. Creates a toxic air toss for 4 areas, says 8 toxic rounds. So I can throw a toxic grenade there, but I don't know how large an area it will cover. Is it just one tile? I'm hoping this hits a larger area than one
Request
tile.
approved.
Okay.
What a fortunate turn of fate.
I will do my duty. Reduce to dust. It will be done.
I know what is to come.
Wait, what? How did that interaction work? I set this guy on fire, and that guy died. I don't see anything on the tooltip that says that, like, the fire spreads or anything. Well, that choking gas is doing so good. Parry, parry, nice. Dude, he got 3 swings.
Was that you, bastard? Anything else?
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Splat.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Dude, that's sharpshooter. Oh my god.
A wicked thought.
That was a weird animation. And this smoke cloud thing doesn't appear to be doing anything.
What if...
No, 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 no. messed up. I did not want to move up there and then cast that. I did not want to do that.
Let's see. Behold the wrath of madness.
I'm scared. Now Muck's up there alone with the sniper. I did not mean to do that movement. Kind of doubt it, but can I taunt him from here? No, I can't.
Victory is imminent. That's not the Seneschal's job.
That's not the Seneschal's job. He literally hit us with the "that's not my job."
Will do. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I should have analyzed before I attacked. Dude, this is such a large number of enemies. Adira could get killed really easily right now. Or not killed, but downed.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Alright, that killed one of them. Damaged 2 more.
High momentum. Running binary.
Alright, I have to run in my own poison cloud. It hasn't hurt the enemy. Maybe if I'm lucky, it won't hurt me either.
The Omnissiah's significant value.
Okay. Biggest problem's gone. Can you use the Mecha Dendrite on yourself? You can't. Forgot about that. The Mecha Dendrite is a heal that can only be used once per battle. Ah! If you move there, can you heal her? Puts the game in hard mode, man, that's a lot of enemies. I know! Where do they come from?
A genius at work.
At work.
Anything else?
Keep forgetting to use Analyze first. Silly.
A wicked
Iron Arm.
thought.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Indeed.
Analyze.
Was that you? Or
The air temperature drops a few degrees. That's fine.
anything else?
My ears are ringing.
Give her another turn.
On it. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Activate Calculate Fury algorithm.
Mess with their guns. Can't analyze them from here. Alright, so cover. Lowest health person is Adira. Give her a heal. Give her an extra turn. Scream in his head. His head exploded. Alright, there's 2 more over there. I don't know if those are the last 2 or not.
A wicked thought.
I took care of this one.
1 down.
At your beck and call.
Endure.
Cover me!
Ignite him.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Oh my goodness. Crippled arm. Ballistic skill reduced by 20. Wow, that's one of the worst things that could happen to her. Dude, that sniper guy, that really sucked. I wonder if his sniper gun is better than the one that we were using.
I am the rogue friend.
Let's see. Sniper gloves. The wearer does 5% more damage and has a 5% critical hit chance to single shots and deadeye shots. Sniper rifle. It's actually worse than the long last. Huh. Yeah, it seems like it's worse than the long last in every way. Give it to him. Heavy armor proficiency required. Does anyone have heavy? No, no one has heavy. Chainmail. Is this game new? Yeah, it came out yesterday. Let's see, lifelike armor. Medium. I'll keep what he's got. Was she using medium? Yeah, she was. Upgrade for her. Holy vestment. I got some boots. Whenever the wearer skills 2 or more enemies with a single attack, the attack doesn't spend all the wearer's MP. The only one that really does that on occasion is her with the chain lightning. So we'll give that to her. And what is this? Aurora's Sermon. Oh, I think we already read this earlier. Okay. Alright, quick save. Alright. Loot more stuff. Got a lot of looking around in this area to do. That gas grenade I used, that was pretty disappointing.
See. Oh yes, they all will see.
Never doubt me.
Been so excited for this game, how is it? I'm having a blast so far, Corb. I'm about, I think, 10 hours in at this point. Something like that. There's a trap there. Oh, did I ever inspect this? What is this? The fountain's merry murmur seems to mock the surrounding chaos and desolation.
Beyond.
Join me in prayer. Duty prevails.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
What's down here? Leads to the lower levels of the upper way. Shut off steam.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Pretty sure this leads to an area I've already been, but from a different direction. But I want to check it out to confirm. Is this a mix between XCOM and Baldur's Gate 3? You could say that. In combat, the gameplay is similar to a game like XCOM. You know, turn-based, there is, you know, percent chances to hit, you know, getting closer to an enemy increases the chance to hit, or debuffing them, or buffing yourself, things like that. But it is in the Warhammer universe, and it is a classic RPG. So in between fights, there are periods where you know, there's a lot of storytelling. Sometimes that's reading, sometimes that's voice acting, you know, cutscenes, stuff like that. Just to set expectations, you know, it doesn't have, like, every conversation looking like a full-blown movie like Baldur's Gate 3 did. But, again, I'm about 10 hours in. I'm having a lot of fun so far.
They will see.
Okay, so there's ladders going up.
Yes, indeed. They all will
there.
see.
Okay, so that's a dead end. Alright, so let's climb up here.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Okay, there's a trap there. So we're gonna grab Argenta.
Carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
Alright.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
It says that we walked past a container of loot. Oh, it's on the roof up here where the sniper was. Thanks for quick review. Sure. Muck, have you heard about the Twitch Korea shutdown? Hey, Seiko. Yeah, I did. Honestly, it's kind of sad. Now, there's different stories coming out,
Patience.
but
my nerves are
like
frayed.
Twitch is saying it's Korea ISP's fault, and Korea ISP is saying it's Twitch's fault. Just because of what I know about the situation, I'm inclined to actually believe Twitch's side in this matter. And the reason for that is Twitch is a company and they want money, right? They're not doing anything they do out of the goodness of their heart. They want money. It would not make sense for them to stop servicing an entire country unless they were losing money. And they were providing service out there, and they're like, we're losing money because the ISPs over there are charging us so much. So they lowered the quality to 720p in Korea, and they were still losing money. So then they stopped making VODs for streamers in Korea, and they were still losing money, and they were trying to work out deals with Korean ISPs. And they're like, yeah, we've been trying and trying and trying, but they're still charging us 10 times what any other country charges us. We can't afford to continue servicing this. And I'm inclined to believe it because, you know, they're a company. They're motivated by money. That's the bottom line. So I'm guessing that they just could not work out a deal with the ISPs over there. Someone had the misfortune of resting here when the first explosions rang out. But yeah, there's some people that, you know, there's some streamers. They're like full-time streamers over there.
They will see.
They can even, like, they can move to another country really quick, which, of course, that's a huge thing. But their account is still they're a Korean broadcaster. They would have to make a new, Twitch account that's not partnered, that's not an affiliate, stuff like that. On the flip side, was it Tasteless, who's a StarCraft 2 broadcaster I watch? He lives in Korea right now, but he's listed as an American broadcaster, so he is not getting canceled as long as he uses a VPN over there. Because he was like, yeah, there was an hour where I thought that I had to move to Japan really quick, and then I found out that I'm actually okay, which is odd. Could they use a VPN? No, the thing is, like, anyone who has an account as a Korean broadcaster will not be able to stream unless they make a new account. And that's like, imagine resetting your income each month back to 0. Like, it's that'd be a huge setback. The anti-aircraft's battery control panel has a panoply of mysterious levers and buttons. Deactivating it quickly is not an option. All you can do is blow it up, destroying it completely. Tech use 50. Examine the anti-aircraft battery. The anti-aircraft battery certainly was constructed a long time ago, long before the colonization of this world began. It came as no surprise that the insurgents were barely able to operate it. Modern arms protocols are incomprehensible to the machine spirits of such an ancient construction. Demolition. Destroy it. The blast consumes the ancient weapon. The sky above the city is safe for flying again. Items lost, melt a charge. Time to move to another country. Well, yeah, but again, though, if they move to another country, they still have to make a new Twitch account that is not listed as a Korean account and start over. So even that is... The ruined weapon radiates intense heat, and an oily puddle giving off a caustic stench spreads across the pavement. Like, depending on the size of their platform, they might be okay. Like, they might be able to just swap over to YouTube overnight and start streaming there. But I promise you, it would still be a massive blow to their income. Like, I started streaming, like, to use myself as an example, I started streaming on YouTube when I had like 80,000 YouTube subscribers. And I'm fortunate enough that I'm able to get some views on YouTube each day. But it still takes time to get people used to the fact that, like, hey, I'm here if you want to watch, you know? Shout out to the YouTube viewers, by the way. It takes time to regrow that audience from scratch. It's not the same amount of time as starting from zero again, but it is... There would be a few months where your income would go from, like, if you were getting thousands, you would go down to hundreds or less. It'd be rough. Shuttle's been shot. Okay, I've seen that before. Alright, so that was the gun that almost shot me down when I landed on this planet.
Patience.
There's another path here. Sorry,
My
quick
nerves
save.
afraid.
Service providers like Twitch have to pay a network access fee to Korean ISPs with a fee based on how much traffic they generate on the network is how I understand it. Also, hi, I've been a lurker for a long time and only realized I have never followed. Hi, Magnificent. YouTube has ads I can give you wrong to avoid ads on Twitch. True. We're small but mighty. Well. What is this? Fight heresy, serve a higher power, safeguard humanity's dominion.
Oh, one step at a time. Amidst
We
the
should deal with
madness.
There's a trap.
See, right
Two
there.
traps.
The Emperor favors
Three
me
traps. 5 traps.
today. Never doubt me. Duty prevails. I better myself through my service. Never doubt me.
Clearly oblivious to your presence, the soldier mutters incoherently and does not react to anything
The
around him.
whispers told
Oh
me a
god.
secret.
I walked right around this? Holy crap.
The Emperor
What
favors me today.
lies beyond?
I'm guessing the lore there is that he set those traps and then
My warp
sat
sight
down.
reveals something.
Ancient Terra Monocle. The wearer's lore Imperium tests depend on fellowship instead of intelligence. A game +3 bonus.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Are those enemies? Some 10 people, children among them, are huddling together in fear. You see that half of them have black holes where their eyes used to be. Some maintain a gloomy silence, others are wailing. Several armed insurgents are carefully watching over the terrified hostages, snapping every now and then at someone for shaking too much or crying too loudly. Come to your senses, Arald. Look at what you're doing to your own family. A woman of about 60, gray-haired but still strong, is kneeling before a stocky man with a thick, pure white beard, stretching her arms toward him. Take pity on us. Let us go. Fanatical old man, stop talking and embrace redemption. Our children have gained true sight while you still believe the lie. Upon seeing you, the man points his weapon at you. The other insurgents do the same. Who are you and why are you here? Look what fear has done to you. I see my past self in you. Broken, humiliated, cloaked in disgrace. Is that how you wish to be remembered by the Emperor's servants? But all I wanted was to save. He drops his weapon and covers his face with his hands in desperation. You hear several short sobs. Wow! Yo, I've got some powerful words. Elderly citizen, there's no washing the blood from your hands, but you could at least let us go, Arld, the ones you haven't mutilated yet. The old man gestures to other insurgents who lower their weapons. Then he shifts his gaze to you, trying to hold back tears. What happens to us now? Wow, dude, there's only 2 options. Like, if this guy burned children's eyes out, I feel like he should be punished for a crime. But I feel like that's not dogmatic. I feel like that's justice. He was burning out people's eyeballs. Your family will be taken care of. As for you, I condemn you to death. The old man's body falls to the ground. As soon as the hostages see it, they start... Wow, he's limber. They start moving faster and soon disappear around the bend. Dogmatic +3. Man, I just came out, or I just came around the corner talking all snippy and just completely ended the whole situation.
Unveils itself before me.
Duty prevails.
Bro, this guy had 2 frag grenades and a bolt gun. Alright, F5, because I hear gunshots. Alright, we got some level ups. Officer. Cannot put points in persuasion. Alright, coercion. I like having powerful words, chat. Let's see. Fellowship or will? Let's get fellowship. I don't like that it lists features I already have. It's a waste of my eyeballs times. If there's no enemies adjacent to the warrior at the start of the turn, the warrior's damage is increased for 1 attack. Open engagement. Increase charge distance by 3 cells. Well, what are the options here? Recommended desolation, enrage, contempt. Charge and slash do not end the warrior's movement and grant +10 agility bonus run after use. Cautious disengage. Defensive stance. Plus 10% dodge. It'd be like taking 10% less hits. Just gonna do that. Weapons cannot level toughness. Okay. I guess weapon skill then. Let's see. Adira. Medicae. Again, she's not really the best for any of this. I guess tech use, but we've got him. He's got disgustingly good tech use. Perception. Let's see. Exploit surroundings, cover efficiencies increase. She got one shot earlier. Is there anything that we can do to prevent that? $15. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky thing. Is it says plus to parry, but she doesn't have a melee weapon in hand, so she cannot parry. So this would be nothing. It will not die. Increase wounds by half of the character's level rounded up. So that'd be four hit points. I feel like I'm betraying the greater good. Look at my Tau tabletop army on the shelf. I don't think, so okay, I got into Warhammer stuff like a year ago, and I've played like 5 games since then of Warhammer. Enjoyed all of them. I don't think any of them had Tau in them. I know what they are from YouTube videos, and I know everybody makes fun of them because they don't like to melee. But they have like stupid range advantage or something. That's it, that's all I know. The character may improve any trained characteristic even if their archetype origin does not allow it. The devotee gains a willpower bonus % chance to ignore enemy attack. Is that 3? All allies excluding Xenos in the current party gain +5 to the same characteristic as was chosen for Humanity's Finest. I don't know what we chose for Humanity's Finest. Imperial Ward characters gain 10% critical hit chance, 10% armor against Xenos or Demonic. Their allies gain half the bonuses of No Heresy. However, their lore of Xenos and Warp are always 0. That's fine. That's not bad. Okay, what has she got? Commerce, persuasion. Her awareness is stupid, so we'll just continue that. Let's see, perception and willpower are really high. She's got 3 eyes. She should have good perception. Let's see. Tech guy. Logic. His weapon skill is really high. What else? Weapon skill, ballistic, and int. Okay, there we go. F5. And what do we got? There's another passage over here.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They all
okay,
will
I think
see.
I came through that hatch earlier and I didn't know where I was, so I went back. So this connects back to the lower levels. Join up at your hive's nearest Astra Militarum Mobile Conscription Center.
Curiosity sings in my
The cover was
veins.
haphazardly assembled from whatever the rebels could find. Alright, so that leads to Command Center.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
There. The goods in this stall are a stark contrast to the rest of the nearby shops. The jars are labeled. All-purpose synth powder fills you up no matter what. Made in Necromunda's best factories. With the word necro in the name, makes me think the powder is made out of dead people.
In this tapestry of a world,
Seems like not good for marketing.
I am the rogue thread.
Entering the command center. Hey, what's up? I see you looking around. Look at that chin race. He's like, yes, please, thank you. All right. The formidable shells for large caliber weapons are being stored right in the command center. Oh, these are bullets. Oh my god, those are huge. A solitary young tech priest is offering ceaseless prayers to the machine spirits. Welcome to Rylan Minoris' command center.
There will be no peace in my wake.
What are all these enforcers and soldiers doing in this shelter? Why are they not on the streets fighting back against the enemies of humanity? Good question. F5 in case I have to kill them all. The heavy hum of the massive cogitator runs down the metal walls of the bunker, filling the entire command structure. I presume it is because the governor does not wish to be without his personal guard, even behind the meter-thick walls of his bunker. The tall, dark-skinned man turns toward you and greets you in a curt military manner. Faisal Raikabi Ab Medina of Coronis, governor of the star system, welcome to my temporary headquarters. The man's gaze falls on Abelard, his eyes slightly narrow. We're Syrian. Abelard nods dryly. Governor Medina, my greetings. The governor's expression changes drastically when he sees Cassia. Lady Navigator, what an honor. I never thought that House Urselia would grace our world with a visit. I only wish I could have received you under different circumstances. Cassia purses her lips, and an echo of grief knocks the wind out of those present. House Urselia is grateful for the support that you have provided to Uruk 5 these many years. Knocks the... Oh, that's right. Whenever she has a strong emotion, everyone around her feels it. So she just gave everyone a gut punch of grief. I'm not seeing the convoy I sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that is so, I promise you their punishment will be swift and severe. The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me. That is an outrage! I will have the personal vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Your Lordship, before we proceed with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of House von Valancius. I have received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue traitor? My esteemed predecessor died at the hands of the cultists. May the Emperor incinerate their souls. The governor frowns and a deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue traitor von Valancius, slain. Unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your lordship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. Commerce skill. I need fresh crew to replace those killed in the attack on the ship, and I need material compensation. Wait, I need to be paid for the people I'm taking. What? Commerce test succeeded. He bows his head in acceptance. Of course, your lordship. You will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally that your ship's holds are filled with the finest goods for my personal reserves. Profit factor gained 2. I've never seen this. Abelard nods in approval and remarks quietly. Excellent, your lordship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants. However, I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until after we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for their heretical scheming. I wish to commend the courage of one of your officers, Sergeant Malgar. He and his soldiers valiantly defend the starport. The sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. My kinsman Kunrad Voitvia, I can't even say his name. Kunrad Voitvia von Valancius has betrayed our dynasty and the Imperium. If he is hiding in this system, I want him handed over to me. Voitvir is a traitor. Why, any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two. Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, he pauses to think, we have a cogitator here at the command center. It's connected to a data crypt from Logus Abel's sanctum. It's aggregated all the Lex Mechanic reports. Unfortunately, the access prayer for it is unknown to me. If you manage to convince the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Kunrad's movements. I'd hazard he fled from you on a ship, not on a pair of wings. Heinrichs van Kalox, an interrogator of the Most Holy Inquisition, is operating in your system. Do you know where he is? The governor lowers his voice. I do. Master van Kalox has left for the hallowed electrodynamic Cenobrium, in an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, insurgent activity has been observed in the monastery's vicinity, but I suppose that's too petty of a problem for an agent of the Most Holy Inquisition. Besides, I have already sent a small detachment of reinforcements there. The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master van Kalox, you should go to the Cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Notes of anxiety creep into the voice that rattles from Pascal's Vox. On behalf of the Priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Haneuman, am officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and assure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against laypeople and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that an ordained Magos should provide his assistance. I categorically... Oh wait, this is somebody else. I categorically object. The governor clenches his fist. As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah's servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in that same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces. Medina and Pascal glare at each other, their unyielding gazes like crossed swords. This Magos is part of my retinue. You have no right to give him orders. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that no... The governor's voice dies down to a low growl of a drilling mechadendrite. Its tip is directed straight at the bridge of his nose. So, for anyone new to Warhammer, a mechadendrite is like a metal tentacle. And Pascal has like 2 of them on his shoulders, and apparently one of them just came out with a drill bit and just got right in his face, and it's like, I am going to kill you. Medina clears his throat and grumbles stubbornly. So this is the negotiation technique you have resorted to. Do you think this is the first time I've been threatened with a weapon? No, but this could be your last. Pascal's voice is akin to the sound produced by his drilling implement, steady and calm, but ready to explode at a moment's notice with the crunching of bone and the squelching of tearing flesh. I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? The governor mutters through gritted teeth. Abundantly so, Magos. It would be my pleasure to assist the Omnissiah's servant in reaching the sanctum. Thank you for your cooperation, your lordship. The drill stops. As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magos Haneuman, officially undertake to accompany you in the Rycad system in the role of bodyguard, and to protect you at all costs until your life functions cease, but only within the limits of the Rycad system. You're Haneuman. Glad you're alive. The governor raises his eyebrow and stares at the tech priest in surprise, but refrains from further commentary. Pascal, what is so special about the Cenobium and the relic? What is in there that has drawn the attention of an interrogator of the Inquisition? I've never been there before, but I would presume that the sacred relic of the reactor is capable of great destruction should it end up in heretics' hands. The fury of the freed machine spirits, once released from the sacred circuit, will destroy everything around them. The degree of damage inflicted may render the world of Rhincad Minoris uninhabitable. Heresy must be purged from those blessed halls. I declare any desecrator who defiles the relic's power a Category 3 blasphemer. Category 3? I don't know what that means. Deserving of immediate execution. They're like hurricanes. Governor, what has perplexed you about my companion's name? The governor looks at Pascal with curiosity. According to the reports we've received, Logus Abel Haneuman set off for the hollowed electrodynamic Cenobium a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you're safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master van Kalox. Pascal's Vox rasps in confusion. My name is Pascal Haneuman, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person. What do you know about this Abel, Governor? No, Governor. I've never met him in person. That esteemed Logos supervised the work of Rykad Minoris' Lex mechanics for many years. However, he rarely left his cyber chapel. That sounds so cool. Man cave? No, 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 no. Welcome to my cyber chapel. And I never had the honor of making his acquaintance. A true anchorite. Where can I get more information on this individual? I would have suggested that you inspect the esteemed Logos' sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to the cogitators at the command post. They might provide you with some information. It is amazing that a mechanical voice from a Vox can sound so confused. That name might have been used as a signal intelligible only to its intended recipient. In that case, its bearer might be Archmagos Amarnat, initiating an investigation and data collection procedure. Adira tenses up and listens, then turns around sharply to face Pascal. I can hear my friend's snide whispers through the door. Be careful on your search, Magos. If you stare into a shattered mirror too long, you might see yourself in it, in every shard at once. Mending it is that much more of a tainted affair, though. The new reflection is death-like. What? Why did he fly into the monastery? That seems suspicious. When a Logos of the Adeptus Mechanicus wants to go somewhere, we don't ask why, your lordship. I see. Glad to be of service, your lordship. Are you so confident you will crush the insurrection soon? My own impression has been the exact opposite. Is that so? The governor maintains his composure. I'd like to hear your reasoning. The insurgents managed to steal a Voxcaster. They have been listening to your people's communications. It's not much, but it is something. I will order an audit of our equipment to see to it that our communication channels are more closely monitored going forward. However, it was only the accidental success of an otherwise disorganized mob of heretics who have no understanding of the art of war. There are scores of crazed people with scorched eyes stalking the city. The insurgents are maiming their own. Good. The insurgents are using the arch-enemy's artifacts, enchanted lenses, to perform unholy sorcery. I've heard about these lenses. What makes you think they're enchanted? Any fool can light a fire with a magnifying glass. That's not sorcery. The insurgents talk of a final dawn, the impending demise of the world. Yet another superstition. Surely you don't expect me to believe it. The insurgency is headed by a certain Aurora, a prophet who, according to their followers, possess mystical powers. The rabble's usual superstition. I am sure this Aurora is a charlatan muttering some doggerel while the dim followers think to be magic spells. This does, of course, warrant their eventual burning of the furnace of penance, but it does not point to there being anything special about this insurgency. You want to leave your bunker more often, Governor Medine. I have only recently arrived in this system, and I already know much more about the uprising than you do. He hesitates before answering, his face slowly turning purple with anger. Your lordship? He grits out through his teeth. I know who you are. I have heard of your exploits, and I will not allow a stranger, let alone another rogue traitor, to speak to me in such a manner and make demands of a subject of his lordship Caligos Winterscale. He takes a breath and continues in a calmer tone. This matter is closed. Let us speak no more of it. Is there anything else I can do on this planet or in this system while I wait for the end of the revolt? If you'd like a distraction, a smaller and safer uprising to suppress at your leisure, there is a planetoid in my system called Ricati Philia. It hosts a prison colony whose inmates rebelled at the same time as the heretics on the planet. It's an all-around preposterous situation. It should have only taken us a couple of orbital shots to take care of them, but... He purses his lips. Yvain Winterscale went there. He is a relative of my suzerain, the great rogue trader Caligos Winterscale, the master of the system and a dozen others. I imagine the young Lord Winterscale is very eager to prove himself to the distinguished kinsman. I see no reason for you not to join him. It's a small planetoid, the prisoners' numbers are few, and they have little in the way of weapons. It's more of a sport for noble lords than a real rebellion. Yvain. Abelard mutters, stroking his beard. One of his distant younger offspring. Yes, that's as much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. Yvain Winterscale has made several diplomatic visits to Yurak 5 on behalf of his father. The Great Regent would never have granted entry to someone dishonorable, which means no matter what happened on the planetoid, we must aid the Highborn. That is all. Combat arsenal transferred to the command center in full, no damage sustained. The heavy hum of this massive cogitator runs down the metal walls of the bunker, filling the entire command center. What's that? Those heavy chains are used to adjust the height of the command platform.
What lies beyond?
The cogitator looks a lot older and more worn out than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced, not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals with prayers to the Omnissiah adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold-notched cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. The screen reads, awaiting access code. Tech use. Force access to the cogitator. Succeeded. You've bypassed the security layers. The cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets. Pascal leans forward and runs his fingers over the keys. The cogitator's screen blinks and responds with strings of unknown characters. I appeal to the machine spirit to open Logos Abel's personal archives as well. It has accepted my request. Go to Logos's private section. Result of Logos Abel's data trace. One sec. So what's up, FaceTime? How you doing? I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it, shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their valves. I am registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omnissiah to Logos Abel is the course of his data mediation has been recorded verbatim. Logos Abel is seeking an audience with the venerable Dar Impulse 6, who may assist in interpretation of the revelation. A request has been sent to the governor's palace for a shuttle flight to the electrodynamic cenobium. A message has been sent to the Furibunda system. The furry system! The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize the words. The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message of the Furibunda system. It was me. Omnissiah, grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery. One sec. Okay. Go to Sacred Computation 7825M. Upon Logos Abel's orders, the archives of every augur station on Rykad Minoris and the 2 primary satellites of Rykad Star have been queried. Said satellites are named Magos Maruf and Zafira the Keen, after 2 great champions of faith whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellites' cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Logos is to uncover the external influence beyond the ongoing insurgency. Computation result, positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the Sacred Augur's eyes. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykad Minoris cycles ago, early in the winter. The most recent one arrived a month ago. Logos Abel's conclusion. The insurrection on the planet has been long in the making. With the participation of external actors, it is alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the Rykad system. The rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents, but the subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries. But what is the nature of their activity near Rykadi Philia? Governor Medna's attention must be drawn to... The final entry cuts off. Recent observations. The satellite Magos Maruf reports that the ship's signal have been broadcasted through the system. Its signature is consistent with the records of the flagship of a rogue trader dynasty, House von Valentius. The satellite Zafira the Keen reports that a ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship has sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas of the surface of Rykad Minoris. Another transmission was directed to planetoid Rykadi Philia. Both transmissions signed Brother Twilight. Their contents could not be decrypted. Go to be investigated. The entry contains planet-side coordinates marked as Heavy Augur Station Jamming, possibly a hidden insurgent base. Okay, quick save. Got a lot of quest updates there.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Oh, I like that. We can go back to the void ship. Let's do it. I was actually wondering if I was going to have to, like, walk all the way back to the ship, which was through 3 or 4 zones. So that's cool. Oh, I was so focused on the star map, I didn't even see this down here. Vox Master Vigdis. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I've received several messages from different decks, complaining about anomalous behaviors in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pure pacification can rid them of the obstinacy. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. A click comes through the Vox channel, followed by a weary sigh. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations, or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Adira joins the channel and chimes in playfully. Don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folks have grown used to all that, so a resident ghost here has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The Technomats inspected the servitors and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated, or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more difficult, and High Factotum Generous Danrock would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective properly. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. Okay, back to bridge. The new Christmas Fusion is out on RSL. The new, I don't even know what it is. Hold on a second. Fusion. Oh, I guess I have to restart my game. I don't see it. I'll check it out later. Let's see. Who's the guy I'm supposed to talk to on the bridge? High Factotum. This guy, I think. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A servo skull whirs over his shoulder, while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he's holding. He regards you with attentive interest, though through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, Lordship. Janrus Danrock at your service. Vigdis informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Janrus Downrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself. But I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, that can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Pascal Hanuman expressed the desire to be present during the inspection should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Magos may come in handy. I wish to take a look at these servitors before deciding their fate. As you wish, your lordship. Would you like the Engine Seer Prime to accompany you? Yes, Pascal shall come with me. As your lordship commands. Oh, when they said servitors, I was thinking like just the flying drones. It's talking about the humanoids. Okay. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The Technomats, tasked with overseeing the defective units, even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors just went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We awaited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship Muck von Luck von Valancius gestured for his Engine Seer Prime to study the servitors. Will you have to do tech support? What is that curse following you by? I know, right? The Engine Seer Prime slowly waded into the motionless ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking their readings. There was no haste in Pascal's actions. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit on his path, and his binaric prayers were his companions in his investigation. The examination confirmed the Technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitors' souls, or rather, the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations, such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddily performed lobotomy is most rarely observed, and yet for some reason it had occurred in every single one of these servitors gathered in the bay. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Demanded a report on the defective unit's status from the Technomats. The Technomats' long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for termination. take a step toward them. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved his hand. And the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned inquisitively to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of his head, a wave of his hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined them. As High Factotum, it was I who had prompted the entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half-machines and half-people. The Lord Captain stepped away. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. So I could disassemble one of them and try to figure out what's going on more, but I fear that that's going to make all of the others attack. At the same time, these things are an unknown element, and we probably don't want these things going around our ship just without knowing more. Order that one of the servitors be disassembled and its components investigated. A group of technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the technomats concurred the unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Turned to me to announce his decision. We're out of other options. His lordship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of my nightmare stupor that had been intensely observing the scene before me. The Lord Captain gave the order. Okay, hold on, I'm reading my options here. I like the idea of iconoclast, but dogmatic just seems so practical right now. Like, supposedly all these people were hardened criminals, and this was supposed to be them paying their dues, and they haven't done that yet. But I think I'm gonna do this, because it's almost the same option, but, you can't have dog, you have Chip. Yeah. Oh, I just realized Chip's not on his bed. I can turn that camera off. Alright. Dispose of the servitors so that their human souls may be released from torment. The Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All the defective units were incinerated in furnaces and their remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors and soon forgot all about the destroyed unit's peculiarities, yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. So Pascal is on the bridge now.
The Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
The mecha dendrites growing out of the tech priest's back swivel in your direction, as if examining you with curiosity. I want to know more about your past. Oh, I want to know more about your past. It sounds so, like, abrasive in that voice.
The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information.
Isn't the chip cam a motion sensor? No, I have an on-off button. Where are you from?
Information about my origins is worthless. I belong to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Coronis Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant.
How did you come to the Coronis Expanse?
I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Coronis Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension.
Why are you not with the fleet now?
Archmagus Amanat, my blessed mentor, commanded me to crew the orbital station Alter Templum Calixis EXT-17. This venerable temple station was founded in the early years of our expansion into the Coronis Expanse. It is currently a rear observation post of the Cognizance Fleet in orbit around the star Furibundus.
Who are the explorators?
The sacred fraternity of explorers. The cult Mechanica sends us out to the frontiers of the known sectors as researchers and conquerors. We are the warriors of the code, who return to the lost worlds and devote themselves to recovering the lost ancient knowledge. Explorators are granted the privilege of being more independent than many of our tech comrades. However, it has earned us a reputation as unstable and poorly controlled troublemakers whose unorthodox views are dangerously close to apostasy.
Tell me about your mechadendrites.
They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension.
So they're faster than Doc Ock's tentacles. We can stop there.
Acknowledged.
I'll take my leave.
May your labors be effective.
I don't think I've talked to Cassia since she joined the crew. Where is she? There she is. Oh, Uwe's here. What's up, Uwe? The valet flinches at your approach. A silent greeting escapes his lips.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Tell me about yourself.
I am a part of House Orselio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobility. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Coronis Expanse to Holy Terra.
Listen in silence.
And uniting the Imperium's thousands of worlds. House Orselio is bound by commercial pacts to houses Galeatis, Ortina, Drotus, and... There is a dark blue knot tightening on your neck, Lord Captain. I can see my reply is not satisfying your thirst for knowledge. What is it you desire to hear exactly?
Sorry, Cassia. I would like to know more about you personally, not your family.
You wish to know about me? I suppose I can help you with that. What would you like to know?
So you've never lived anywhere other than Urak 5?
Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orselio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague.
What, you don't remember the day you were born?
Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures.
Tell me about your life on the station.
My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Alronto would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well.
Did you have friends, someone you could turn to for simple conversation, and not a discussion of yet another lecture?
The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once. I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason, it refused, and died soon after.
This is the beginning of a romance?
The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station. And you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence.
Does Uwe have no vocal cords?
And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies. I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not?
Yo, this option. You have a point. I will have the lower ranks stripped of their vocal cords. What? A ruler cannot maim people just because it is in his power to do so. On the contrary, it is the duty of every ruler to look after his subjects.
Your words sound amazingly blasphemous. If a ruler's duty dictates the need for violence, would dispensing it not be their responsibility? I will contemplate your answer in solitude.
Yeah, but just people singing doesn't mean rip their vocal cords out. Your third eye, do you always conceal it?
The Navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil. Besides, I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The Navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds.
You are beautiful, Cassia. Do not let anyone or anything convince you otherwise.
Lord Captain, you are overstepping the bounds of propriety.
Oh, I leap past the bounds of propriety. What does it feel like guiding a vessel through the warp?
It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Alronto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me.
A muckmans.
But But everything changed
when
when
the
I
Fire
found my
Nation
own
attacked.
key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete.
I notice your love of painting is reflected in your speech as well. You associate so many images with hues and colors.
The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world.
Let's talk about something else.
You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain.
What does your special sight reveal?
Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it.
Side quest.
Seneschal Viserion is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Whenever the Seneschal speaks, heavenly crystal clarity spreads around him. And whenever he is angered, dark blue clouds condense over him. And in his rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would trust with my life.
Dang.
The esteemed Magus Hanuman is shattered like a beautiful stained glass window into a mosaic of colors. His bright, beckoning hues are mixed together in complete disarray. I must confess, it perplexes me. Normally, scarlet and steel are all that fills the heart of a servant of the Omnissiah. Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors. And as dangerous as a twisting warp storm. The riot of colors hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or is it the Immaterium, Lord Captain?
I will take my leave.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Alright, that was a lot of talking. Let's see what the next thingamabob is. Alright, so we've got a planet, and... Oh, we got another stop that's on this same planet, I think? Starport... Oh, this is a new stop, I think. Because I went from there to there, and then now this is here. Have to take Pascal. That's fine. What's the origin of the name Mukluk? I actually have a video on that. That's it right there if you're interested. It's a funny story, but one that takes a few minutes to tell. So I got it recorded. We'll cover the landing area, your lordship. Glory to the Von Valancius dynasty. Yes, glory to me. Wait, looks like there's a loot
They
box
will
here.
see. Oh, yes. They all will see.
Oh, yes.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Curiosity sings in my veins.
What?
Look no further.
Why does he have 2 stacks of fatigued? We were just on the void ship. It says visit the void ship to remove. I'm confused. The people that were injured are no longer injured, but he's got this. The sacred statue has been shattered into pieces at the hands of the blasphemous heretics. Hi, Rebel. Can you link that over here as well? Oh, yeah. Exclamation, my name.
I did it?
Judging by the dead people's equipment, they were the same guards the governor sent to the monastery's aid.
Oh, one step at a time, amidst the madness.
Open the gate. The binary chem awakens the gate's latching mechanism. Okay, so now we can go.
What lies beyond?
Actually didn't know that loading screen tip. Thanks. Maximum hit chance is 95%. All hit chance above that is converted to critical hit chance. The heretics were killed swiftly and ruthlessly. They never had time to reach for their weapons. A mercifully quick electric shock was not what killed this cultist. His face is contorted in pain as if tortured.
There will be no peace in my wake.
You note that wire junctions are often marked with the symbol of a key that appears to connect the 2 lines. There are no wounds on the heretic's body. Face is contorted as terror as his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. Sent to cargo?
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again.
New party member?
The last electro-priest you killed, where did you find? Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the cook. And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A forced sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. Interrogator Van Kalox, I presume?
Yes. Since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrich Van Kalox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
A puff of black smoke comes out of the Psyker's mouth and dissipates at once.
A Psyker? Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the rogue trader's protection.
She looks at you pleadingly. Adira is a member of my personal retinue and is under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Rogue trader Mark Van Luck Van Valancius. I have more Vans than you.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
Theodora is dead, slain in battle by enemies of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of rogue trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
I am here to collect you. I am under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer any assistance you may require, after which I am to provide you safe passage to Footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
You're requisitioning me? But I'm the main character.
Requisitioning?
Right?
Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium's subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor.
The Inquisition does have the authority to do a lot of things. Yeah, one of the games I've played is Inquisitor Martyr. Oh boy. For people who know even less than me, the Inquisition, if they deem a world just cannot be saved and it's useless to the Imperium, they'll issue a command called Exterminatus, which is basically they drop a bomb on the world that's like a nuke, but the nuclear explosion is so big it engulfs the entire surface of the planet. It just kills everyone.
I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny.
Mutiny Monday.
My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the especial efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
The tech priest's visor flashes and turns a bloody scarlet. A soft hum of some activating systems is heard from under his robe. As Heinrich von Kalox speaks, you suddenly notice the way he's looking at you, with his eyes slightly narrowed as if he's peering into your soul. A soul that is touched by the gift of sorcery. The change in your expression does not escape the interrogator's notice, and you see the corner of his mouth twitch. He must have instantly recognized a fellow psyker. Point to the corpse. What did you do to him?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
What were you doing at the monastery?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics. The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in battle, bled to death, or deserted. I had to make do with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
I can help you with Aurora. Let us join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
Alright. So Abelard, for some reason, has 2 stacks of fatigued and is severely debuffed. So I guess if I have to remove someone from the party, I'm going to remove him. Alright. The fighter's body is still warm. He only bled to death a few minutes ago.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Okay, so we got this new guy, Heinrichs, who's got a Force Sword, which I last saw in Darktide. Does plus psi rating damage. And a... Wait, he's got... Oh, wait, he can use 3 weapons. He's got a Force Sword, an offhand pistol, and Biomancer's Staff. Strike, Siphon Life, Heroic Siphon Life, Desperate Measure Siphon Life. I could use another one of those. My main guy's a Biomancer. Alright. So, charge. Wait, he's a warrior? Daring Breach. Epicenter Slaughter. Whenever the warriors attack, they gain +1 stack of Epicenter Slaughter to the end of combat. That was the repeated healing thing. Okay. Where was the thing? Here we go. Stabilizing factor helps keep the Veil from going nuts when they cast spells that much. What kind of skills he's got? He's kind of all over the place. Let's get toughness for now. So you have Biomancy already. Enfeeble? He already has Endure. Let's try Enfeeble. Alright, pick a skill to add +10 to. He's apparently got really high lore Xenos, so I guess we can give him more of that. Okay, and then here... it's more toughness. Choose a common talent. Enemies gain no melee superiority bonus against this character. If he's a warrior, he's going to be in Mutiny a chunk of the time. I guess Combat Master? Wait, where's the thing for, like, more movement? Swift movements. Let's get that. That was really good on Pascal. I did not regret getting that. Athletics. Epicenter of slaughter. Daring breach. Daring breach. Pick another thing. This guy was level 4, and I'm able to brace him all the way to 10 to catch up with the rest of us. Combat Master. Will not let me pick Toughness for some reason. Not really sure why. Says you already have this feature. Alright, Weapon Skill. Okay. He's got light armor. Oh, wrong character. Uses medium. Sort by type. If you're using medium, this is better. Warp lore? Those goggles. Those are something special. Immunity to critical hits for 3 turns. Let's give him that. +3 logic. Wear of this helm gets plus bonus to armor, also grants bonus to fellowship. Now this is pod racing. Bonus hit chance and crit chance. Lore warp. Alright. Quick save. Got new party member. What's this? The bed uncomfortable somno meditation. The hard uncomfortable somno meditation bed is equipped with neural ports to connect the sleeper to the monastery's cogitator network. That's so they can use your brain to mine Bitcoin while you're napping. Logic.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Charged staff. The symbol for the Omnisci is inscribed to the wall with grooves of electric discharges fanning out from it like a river.
Ready for dating.
Can my main character use the staff?
Ignorance. My genius blossoms. Oh, how they fear the brilliance that eludes their narrow vision.
I think I just got the lightning ability on another character. Wait, do we already have that? Oh man, I might have overlooked this. The wielder of this staff gains lightning arc. This ability is also available in heroic and has +5 willpower. Is this one better? Yeah, I think I overlooked that for a bit. So this charge staff and psychic staff. It's weird that they have different tooltips, but if you read it, it looks like they do the same thing.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
They all will see. Oh, glorious spectacle of your demise.
Okay.
Come to chaos!
Does it show? Oh, it does show enemies on the minimap. That's great. Alright. Oh, you can't move your characters to this one. Rip.
Let's see.
Give Cassia a turn. Can she do anything with it? Try to make that guy go hit his ally.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
You owe me $5 for Wendy's. Alright.
Shattered foes in my wake.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Analyze that enemy. Shoot lightning.
But of course. Anything else?
For warning buff to increase defenses. Hold this gunner. Oh my god! She just got capped. What is Siphon Life? Drain life from the target, doing damage and healing the Psyker. Not a lot of damage. It's not a guaranteed hit either.
Let's see to it. For the throne's glory. Naturally.
I got a sniper. Harry.
Guided by faith. Strike is a prayer.
One down.
As the Emperor commands,
Running
I
gun.
act. Doubt is for none can escape
Two down.
the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Revel in slaughter.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Give her another turn.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
She's the only person that's going to be able to start working on that guy.
Doubt is for the weak.
56%. Nice. All right, enemy sniper is gone.
If I may.
She made him run away, but the attack of opportunity did not connect, unfortunately.
Emperor, give me strength.
I've noticed before sometimes when she's moving and she has her staff in hand, her walking animation is super slow.
Scorn the pain.
It's nothing.
Heal her.
Wicked thought. What if?
Faith without is a prayer.
Wait, did she kill him? Oh, it was a critical. Okay.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Let's see.
I wish she had the charge ability.
Explorers know one route. What?
Close. If I had analyzed it first, it might have killed him. Hack all the guns.
Favorable.
Faith cleanses the body.
Whoa! Is that hurting us? I think so.
What is this foreboding?
Battle formation broken.
Dude, she just went downstate. I tried to move her out of the lightning and she like instantly died from it.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use. But of course, Lord Captain.
So they're enfeebled now.
I won't object to it.
I will save this battle.
This is so stupid. This random thing on the wall activated, and as I'm trying to move away from it, it's just killing everyone. Oh my god. Okay. All right. When was this? A few minutes ago. God, was this before? I hope this wasn't before we leveled the guy up. Hang on, join my family. How are you supposed to counter that? You just don't be standing there, I guess.
What lies beyond?
Tech use 82%. Maybe it can be hacked.
What a shameful failure.
The motive force spirits are furious that the circuits directing them have not been duly maintained. So I think we just tried to hack it, but failed.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
Oh, another annoyance.
Crush them!
Wait, I actually get to choose where people are standing this time? Alright, so from what I can tell, it seems to hit these tiles here. 4x4.
Schemes within schemes.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
Run and gun. %. Missed. This time we don't get to take the sniper out early. Send this guy to attack one of his allies. I think he resisted it. What happens if they resist it? They become immobilized. Alright.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Alright, that guy's popped. Entrench. Analyze this guy.
Was that you? Or
Ignite him.
on it?
For warning on passive. Ow.
Let's see to it. I need a foothold. Naturally.
Endure. Oh, is that a crit? I think it was.
Faith without deeds is
Revel and
worthless.
Slaughter.
As the
Give her
Emperor
stats.
commands, I act.
Run and gun.
Doubt is for the none can escape the Emperor's
Another crit?
judgment.
Oh my god. Entrench. I just noticed her cover is gone. It got destroyed at some point.
Advancing. My competencies are not that universal.
Hack the guns.
Comprehends all.
A genius at work.
I'll do it.
Let's see.
Iron arm on Heinrichs. That guy walked into the lightning and he got hit by it. She can't get in line of sight to hit that guy.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Request approved.
Should have analyzed first.
High momentum.
Immediate inflict 1 exploit on all enemies that makes a free attack against the target always hits. She has to be a lot closer though than she currently is. Analyze.
Anything else? Be gone. But of course.
Warning. Ow.
The Emperor is on our side. Your reckoning is due.
He's gone.
For the throne's glory.
Endure.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Running gun not available. Haskell parried that.
Scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Splatter that guy. Heal Argenta.
A wicked thought.
Give her another turn. Don't know if she can...
I refuse.
Why can she not hit that guy?
I will not.
Dude, she can't even hit this cover right here. Why? I'm very confused. She won't do anything.
Through the smoke and gunfire.
Oh no! Gotta be careful.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
If I try to walk forward, the lightning is gonna get her.
Anything else?
How can he shoot at me, but I can't shoot at him?
Everyone, step aside. But of course, Lord Captain.
Alright, got Enfeeble on him.
I won't object to it.
That is not the Emperor's will. Rejoice in battle! I refuse.
Why? Why do you refuse?
I'll do it. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
It's at no line of sight. Yeah, she wouldn't even. I couldn't even get her to shoot the box though.
activated.
Data meditation is done. You are authorized.
Yes.
This hallway kind of sucks.
I've seen a lot of innocent people. I've yet to see someone remain so after an interrogation.
Okay, that's super creepy for you to say. Alright, quick save in case I walk into the lightning.
What a shame. Useless. There.
Oh, one step at a time, amidst the
Multi-key
madness.
plasma pistol. Plasma pistol. I don't think I've seen one of these before. Logic. A multitude of symbols are carved into the enormous generator, but you cannot decipher the meaning. Quick save. Access received. I mean...
Damn it.
I failed.
Easily done.
Adjustments.
That took a lot of attempts to climb over that. So, I was thinking that was going to disable the electricity, but...
There will be no peace in my wake.
Tech use. Hey, grenades.
I've read about
These
this.
dead heretics are suspiciously different from the others. The symbols on their clothes are drawn wrongly, and standard issue military uniforms show through the
In
blasphemous
this
tatters.
tapestry of a world,
There's the FBI faking
am
crimes.
the rogue thread.
The bodies of careless cultists have been thoroughly fried by an arc of motive force. F5. I'm not gonna need assistance. I'm writing research paper on where the passions come from for streamers to stream. What? You're writing a research paper on where the passions come from for streamers to stream. I'll tell you the first one. The very first passion is, man, I like to play video games. What if I could make a living playing video games? What if I could get paid to play video games? That's the first one. That's where it starts. And after that, it's, everything else just is like, kind of one leads to another. That's where we all start, yeah. Like, for example, when I started out, I didn't want to make like highly edited YouTube videos and stuff like that. I just wanted to play games and have people want to enjoy watching me play games. And then I was using YouTube as a means to an end. I thought of YouTube as just like, you know, the YouTube is just to get people to come watch my Twitch. But then over time, YouTube kind of grew on me, and then I got into it, and now I think far more people know me for my YouTube stuff than my Twitch stuff. But originally, the thought process was, oh, that's my dream job. I want to, you know, make a living playing video games. What kept you going? In my case, enjoyment. I enjoy what I do, to the point that I haven't skipped a day in 2,000 days. Like, I don't take holidays, I don't take weekends. I like what I do. If I was rich, I would still be doing this every day. A crowd of cultists have surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally and forcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling, in the clenched claws of stagnation, in the shackles of iteration 0, under the iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. Pascal's mechadendrites spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his vox. I am registering a severe violation of the Purity Protocol. The Blessed Amarnat has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. We must save the esteemed tech priest without risking his life. The Mechadendrite points to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We can use the Blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the Hall of Heretics. The lightning discharges have charred the cultist corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets where contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocence, are crudely painted over with emblems of the archenemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. I shudder with disgust at the mere thought of having to touch clothing adorned with unholy symbols, let alone wear it. This is the first step toward falling, a small compromise with evil that will lead to something greater. Is there truly no other way, rogue traitor? The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The word of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coat of arms, even deceitfully worn, all this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you and draws their corrupting attention to you. Cassia stares in horror at the corrupted clothes and scattered human ashes. Do not make me. Let's see. Imagine doing what you do in My America, right? Is he the Raid Instructor guy for Guild Wars 2? Thank you for your hard work. Yeah, Dan, I make a lot of Guild Wars 2 videos. Thank you, I'm glad you enjoy them. Darth says, last question, I'll stop being a nuisance. You enjoy what you do? Yes. That being said, what is your endgame goal with streaming? What do you hope to ultimately achieve? So, Darth, when I started streaming, I was doing it as a hobby. Then, over months and years, it became a hobby that was making a little bit of money. Then it became a hobby that was making almost as much money as my real job. Then I lost my real job, tech support, and I was like, I could go try to find another real job or just try to put more effort into the streaming thing, which I've just been doing in my free time. I decided to go for that because I was like, if I can make it my dream job work, you know, I never actually thought I could do it full time. I was just a hobby. I got lucky. You know, it was hard work and luck both, and you know, I'm able to do it full time. My goal is to be able to still be here doing this in like 30 years. That's my goal. Like, you know, keep the show going, make it a little bit better every day, keep it entertaining, you know, put out video, make stuff that people enjoy watching, but, you know, also stuff that is fun for me. You know, I'm not Mr. Beast, I'm not doing a, you know, watch me be buried underground for 7 days thing. I'm not trying to appease 1 million people just to get the clicks to fund drilling wells in Africa, which is a worthy goal. I'm just trying to entertain the people that like my stuff and, you know, pay my bills at the same time. That's it. That's it. It's not really the playing games factor, it's the fact that you make people laugh and smile, and the fact that you can get people through dark times just doing what you love doing, sharing with viewers is incredible. Words of praise. I appreciate it. Thanks, bro. Greatly appreciate it. Love the content bring to all of us. Thank you. I mean, real talk, Darth, if I suddenly won the lottery and I could retire tomorrow, I would just buy a much fancier security system for my house. That's it. I don't even want to move. That's too much work. That's it. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yeah, still streaming. Let's see. You do realize this plan sounds like suicide. A sound similar to a laugh escapes Pascal's vox. This statement is true. What do you propose? To flee? I've tried to employ the behavioral strategy in the past, and it brought my soul no relief. What is the essence of your plan? Uttering a litany of actuation for the power units from the Lumino Deacon's command throne will direct the motive force created by the Blessed Reactor into the hull. The distribution servitor is keeping its output within set parameters, but upon receiving an order to increase it to peak values, it will turn this place into an electric trap. The safety system protecting the hull is controlled from the machine altar, which must be disabled. If all these operations are performed, I can guarantee that not a single blasphemer will survive the Omnisci's wrath that will be unleashed upon this place. So every member of the party, other than him, hates this idea. But if I do it, I save this other dude's life. Ugh. The question always bothered me as an introvert. Like, the goal of an introvert is to exist without the outside encroaching on our life. In 5 to 10 to 20 years, I want to be where I'm just hidden better and get out more out of life location. I consider myself an introvert. Like right now, it's easy to talk like this because I'm alone in my room. There's no one else in here. But if you put me actually in front of this many people, I am very uncomfortable. I'd probably be able to make it through it, but it feels very awkward. Hey, Mugga Chat. Hi, Jack. Just withdrawal from the ad. We'll see if we can do one before the end. All right. If it helps to save a worthy man, I will put on the cultist robes. I pray that the Omnissiah gives the blessed Amarnat enough fortitude. The heretic's garb clings to your skin like a greedy leech. Tingling and foul fever spread over your body as though these tatters have imbibed the vile contents of their former wearer's soul.
They will see.
Everybody has stacks of fatigue.
They all will see.
Distribution servitor. A heavy crown of gold neural augments rests upon the servitor's head. The crown is bent and broken from ruthless gun butt blows. The pale body is covered in blasphemous inscriptions carved into the withered flesh. I identify the acolyte as a distribution servitor. I'm registering upon it traces of sacrilegious violation of the right of operation. The probability of its responsiveness to commands is below average. Tech use 25. Try to conduct a restart ceremony. Tech use succeeded. For the glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep that it may awaken and serve again. Pascal gently touches the servitor's crown, deactivating one of its segments. Let the outer neural connection circuit be plunged into darkness. Another touch and several lights on the crown go out. Let the command response hub fall silent. Next time you have to turn something off and on again, remember these lines, chat. These are heavy. You're like, for the glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep that it may awaken and serve again. Turn router off and on again. Pascal switches to binaric speech, accompanying his every action with a line from a sacred hymn. It is amazing how the reverent awe in the tech priest's voice can be discerned even through his rattling vox. Suddenly, every light on the servitor's crown comes alive. A shower of sparks bursts from the augmetics on the servitor's brow, and several black, ash-tinted tears run from its empty eye sockets. Ready to serve. Energize the hull's power units to maximum. It will be done.
What lies beyond?
Safety system controls. The altar is adorned with gilded skulls. Threads of metal that used to be electus are fused onto the bone. Once majestic, the altar has now been desecrated with blasphemous images of blue-green suns. Some of the levers and buttons have been pried from their sockets, but the mechanism still glorifies the Omnissiah with its operation. I identify this as the safety system control altar. For our diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed. May its spirit forgive us. Tech use. Cause the altar to overload. Pascal offers a short binaric prayer, then enters command after command to set up a trap for the machine spirit inhabiting the altar. The code born out of the tech priest tinkering causes the spirit to flutter confusedly in a snare of impossible commands, heat up the altar's circuit boards, and perish forever in the showers of sparks that burst forth from the melting wires. May we be granted the Omnissiah's forgiveness for this act. I'm registering a general shutdown of the security system.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
A grim-looking heretic walks up to you resolutely, blocking your path. As he studies your disguise with suspicion, you note that his left eye has 2 conjoined irises, while his right eye has 4. I don't know you. Who are you, and why haven't I met you before? Throw up your hands sheepishly. I'm new! I was sent here to slaughter unbelievers, and I've only just finished. Persuasion succeeded. He smiles. Ah, you're right. You're new, that's right. Every newcomer must slit a false believer's throat to prove their loyalty to the edge of daybreak. Did you enjoy it at all? You don't have to answer. I could see you did. Go ahead, brother. I'm new. A tech priest corpse, throat slit, sits upon his splendid command throne laced with finely wrought motive force paths. A contorted expression of righteous anger is frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Lumeno Deacon's command throne. This is where the power unit actuation and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Lumeno Deacon himself has the honor of closing the circuit the motive force flows through. So I can do a toughness chest and try to do it myself, or Pascal do it. Pascal, kindly sit down on the throne and recite the litany. Pascal freezes, and a quiet whisper comes from his vox. Request denied. I am not authorized to sit upon the Lumeno Deacon's command throne. Such an act would be considered sacrilege. I can persuade him, 100%. Or, try it myself. 70%. I would love to have it in my story that I did it, but there's a 30% chance I get barbecued. Sit down upon the throne and recite the litany of actuation. I am about to be greatly honored, or else thoroughly charred. Perhaps both. Failed. No! As soon as you lay your hands on the command throw's panels, a painful sting of electricity numbs your senses for an instant. Your fingers cramp and your vision grows dim. Pain is visible in the tech priest's eyes as he looks upon the sacrilege. Forgive us, Omnissiah, for such a gross violation of the rite of operation. Repeat the litany after me and activate the command runes I point to. Pascal's Vox starts reciting the sacred words gloomily and hoarsely. You take 12 damage. You try to repeat the words of the litany after Pascal, but you cannot control your tongue, and the convulsions that rack your body prevent your fingers from touching the right command runes. Before oblivion has engulfed you completely, you manage to get up from the throne and just barely keep your unsteady footing. So I failed. Persuasion. Pascal, saving the relic and your mentor justifies a minor infraction of the rules. Persuasion succeeded. Pascal casts a scrutinizing glance at you and then nods reluctantly. Situation deemed an emergency. I request the Omnissiah's forgiveness for the transgression about to be committed. The tech priest's body winces from the motive force's discharge, but his vox begins to recite the sacred words of the litany as his fingers activate the command runes with precise, unhurried movements. I am recording a successful activation of the power units. No one else in the room noticed what I was doing.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Wow, that was a lot of people we just killed. We got some XP for that too. We're all leveled up.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
It's kind of funny in a game called Rogue Trader, I've yet to meet a single merchant. Tech use 77%.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Tortured tech priest. If in the cycles of the foreordained there lurks a flaw of worship, the tech priest's body convulses. Pained, plaintive creaks of binary prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pascal studies the tech priest's face carefully. His vox system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Amarnat. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? Muck, you are the merchant. You know what I mean. The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of the spark is Abel Hanuman. The tech priest looks over at Pascal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What is the intention? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykad Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pascal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. Ask him about Amarnat. You came here because of him, after all. No, the tech priest's weak voice grows stronger. He came because of himself. Myself? To redeem myself? To correct a mistake? Possibly. But how do you? There is a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes, strange given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. Oh my god. Let's talk to him after we get him out of here. A cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pascal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. His vox rasps soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Try to take down the tech priest. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says with sudden clarity, many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive in the darkness. I heard the prayers. Find them, save them. Recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration so that you may behold what is hidden. A blast of motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts in a mocking grimace. Malformed binaric code, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the electro priest's hiding place. Pascal responds with the dour rhythms of a containment aria. I note with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grip of this schismatical and unholy imitation of a machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the tech source schism protocol. What is a schismatical? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit created by the warp. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls under the archenemy's influence and degenerates into an abomination of this sort, one whose very existence is an insult to the Omnissiah's wisdom. Oh my god, it's ChatGPT. I shall help save him. The possessed man responds with a burst of repulsive laughter. Every now and then, a word or two of Gothic finds its way into the binaric obscenities pouring out of his vox, in what seemed to be the schismatical's tentative forays into a language that is alien to it. His body convulses, his joints twist at unnatural angles with the sound of bursting steel couplings. As the possessed man thrashes about, his internal augmetics emerge gradually through the hanging tatters of his flesh, as though an iron homunculus hidden inside the tech priest were trying to cast off the meat cocoon it no longer needed. Pascal's mechadendrite extends a thin, drilling needle. Sacred unguent glistening on it. A code purification aria is heard as the needle sinks into the possessed tech priest's skull and touches his neural augmetic, forming an electrical circuit with it. Extreme strain is visible on his face. Furious litanies pour out of his vox. Result failure. Requesting assistance. Send a purifying charge of the motive force into the possessed man's body. May the machine god heal you. Success. Undaunted, you grab one of the severed cables and press it into the tech priest's body, and a shock of formidable power shakes the possessed man. Yo, I like purifying motive force. We just picked up an electric cable and tased this man. Purifying motive force, a blessing from the Emperor. Zap! Like, that's it. And a shock of formidable power shakes the possessed man. Machine oil gushes out of his mouth. His vox hisses deafeningly as the flow of the motive force burns the corruption in his sacred iron. The overload destroys some of the circuit boards of his neural augmetics, resets his code, and erases the schismatical from existence. Yeah, we turned this man off and on again. The tech priest's eyes roll up and he loses consciousness. Crushed, yet still alive, and no longer in the thrall of corruption. With the utmost care, Pascal takes the body down from the mechanism and lays it on the floor. His stirring litanies of gratitude to the Omnissiah echo through the hall. We saved him! Rest, tech brother. We will come back for you when we have done our duty to the miraculous fusion reactor. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to the servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engine seer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. Item received blank. Here's your reward. Nothing!
Curiosity sings in
so
my
he's going to become the engine seer. Interesting. And this doorway is now open. You spew heresy, the All-Father guided our hand to heal this soul.
To the ordinary, I am an enigma.
What have we got? Choose talent. Keep the group alive. I'll be right back. I'm gonna stand in the fire just so you don't get bored. Whenever an officer uses an ability on an ally, they gain a bonus to perception and ballistics equal to half your fellowship bonus. Just... Is this characteristic bonus +5? Is it +5? Hi, Daisuke. Whenever an officer targets an ally with an action, ability, or attack, that ally's resolve is increased by 1 till the end of the next turn. No. Whenever heroic attack is used in combat by any character, their officer's next attack is 0. No, that's not often. Whenever the officer makes an attack, they gain 5 fellowship till the end of combat. Whenever the officer uses an officer archetype ability 2 times in 1 turn, it does not grant exit. No. Gonna lurk while they make Taiyaki. Okay. Psychic powers have a 25% chance to regain AP spent on psychic powers when Veil Degradation is 10 or lower. He's more officer skills than psychic powers, I think. Let's do this. Stacking fellowship till the end of the fight. Choose a stat. Willpower. Okay, what do we get? Who is it? This is Pascal. Can I play something like a lightning wizard in this? Yeah, the psychers can shoot lightning. Yeah, you would want to play a psyker. It's like a space wizard, but if they use their powers too much without with bad control, they basically attract demons. So careful with that. Snipers, covert protocol. Like, increase the pay rank so you can get the regen pay power later if you want. Wait. Increase this pay? Wait, what? Wait, do you mean the psi rank? I thought psi rank just increased on its own as you leveled up. Hang on. I'm gonna reload to a minute ago before I did the level up. It does not? Oh man, I wish I'd done that earlier then. I've been sitting here like eagerly waiting for more spells to pop up in the level up stuff. I didn't know I had to choose the psi rank level up myself.
I have a different...
No, is this before I even went into the room? Oh my god. Hang on a sec. Okay. Alright. I will redo this exactly as I did it before off stream and get it back to where where we were. I'm gonna make all the same decisions, but I don't want to tie this up. Alright. And then after that, we will pick it up from there next time. All right, chat. Thank you guys for a wonderful morning stream. I am out of time. A couple of plugs on the way out. If you happen to be new, my name is Muckluck. I stream every single day on Twitch, every evening and every weekday morning. So my next stream is later tonight. Going to be trying out the new Path of Exile League for those interested. I have 2 YouTube channels. Here are links to both of those if you're interested. If you want to see the entire playthrough of Rogue Trader and not miss anything, no matter when I play it, it will all go on that second channel in the Rogue Trader playlist if you'd like to keep tabs on that. Special thank you to the dear patrons. Can't do this without them. Their support keeps this channel alive. There's a link to that if you'd like to check that out. And with that, I am going to wrap things up here. Hope you guys have a very safe rest of your days. I'll be back later this evening. I'm going to end the YouTube stream, and then the Twitch stream, I'll raid another channel just to show some support.